All right, if you're a founder, I bet you know this feeling all too well. You started this business for freedom, right? But now you're kind of trapped by it, just buried in all the day-to-day stuff. So what if there was a way out? A blueprint to get you out of that chaos and back in control, back in the driver's seat? Well, that's exactly what we're going to break down.
And this right here, this is the core idea. We're not talking about working harder, and we're definitely not talking about finding another shiny new app that promises the world. Nope. This is about a massive, fundamental shift in how your business actually runs, all powered by AI.
Okay, so first things first, let's get real about what it's like for most founders, right? You're the visionary, sure, but you're also the head of sales, the manager, the customer service rep, and the chief firefighter. You're just bogged down in the very machine you worked so hard to build.
Man, this quote just hits the nail on the head, doesn't it? It gets right to the heart of the problem. When you're just constantly reacting, posting something here, sending an email there, putting out fires everywhere, without a real system, you're basically just burning through cash and your own energy. It's this scattered, tactical approach that, surprise, surprise, leads to scattered and inconsistent results.
So, does any of this sound familiar? I mean, really familiar. You're drowning in admin work and follow-ups. Your systems are a mess. They don't even talk to each other. Execution is just all over the place. Leads are definitely slipping through the cracks. And the worst part, everything has to go through you. You, the founder, become the single biggest bottleneck holding your own company back. Ouch.
So what's the fix? Well, I can tell you what it's not. It's not another tool. It's a completely new way of thinking. It's about starting to see AI not as some little add-on, but as the actual fundamental infrastructure of your business, like the foundation.
And this right here shows that critical difference perfectly. On one side, you've got the founder as the doer. The bottleneck, stuck doing all the repetitive stuff, always putting out fires. But on the other side, that's the founder as the director, the architect, the one who oversees intelligent, automated systems and gets to focus on the big picture strategy. That is the evolution you have to make if you really want to scale.
And just so we're crystal clear, when we say AI is infrastructure, we're not talking about chasing the latest shiny object. No way. We're talking about building a solid, intelligent operational layer for your company. Think of it as systems that run while you sleep, capturing leads, nurturing clients, managing operations 24/7. That gives you real, actual leverage.
Okay, so that's the big mindset shift. Got it. But the million-dollar question is, how do you actually do it? Right? So let's dive into the blueprint and see how we turn this cool idea into a real, concrete, step-by-step plan. Now, this is super interesting because it kind of flips the script on what you'd expect. Success with AI? It's not really about the fancy algorithms. I mean, look at that. That's only 10% of the whole pie. The vast majority, a whopping 70%, is all about getting your people and your processes right. And why is that? Well, think about it. If you slap amazing AI onto a broken process, what do you get? You just get a faster, broken process. The tech only works its magic when it's built to solve a real human problem and fits right into a workflow your team can actually, use.
So here's the roadmap. It's a straightforward, 4-phase process that's been proven to work. First, you do a diagnostic, basically figure out where you are right now. Then you design the future, what you want it to look like. After that, you integrate, but you start small with pilot programs to get some quick wins and build momentum. And finally, you scale it up across the whole business. See? It takes this massive transformation and makes it feel structured, manageable, totally achievable.
All right, so that's the plan. But what does it actually look like when it's up and running? Let's move past the theory and look at the proof, the actual concrete, measurable results you get when you put this blueprint into action. Just look at this transformation. It's wild. Before AI, a founder is maybe spending 60% of their time on just low-value admin stuff. After implementing this, that gets cut in half. And all that freed up time, it flips over to high-value strategic work. Suddenly, that's 70% of your time. Your entire planning cycle changes too. You go from being reactive on a weekly basis to being proactive and adaptive every single day. Just let that number sink in for a second. 75%. That's a 75% reallocation of your time. Seriously, imagine getting 3/4 of the hours you currently spend on admin just handed back to you. What would you do with that time? You'd be able to reinvest it into the things that actually grow the business. Now that is the power of this stuff.
And this is what it looks and feels like. You go from that tangled mess of disconnected spreadsheets, random apps, and overflowing inboxes to this. A single, unified command center where you have total clarity. You can see everything. You have complete control over your entire operation, all in one glance.
Yep, that means no more spending hours pulling manual reports. No more chasing down team members for status updates. Instead, you get these beautiful, real-time dashboards that give you this always-on view of your business's health. Everything from leads in the door, to revenue, to project delivery, it's all right there.
Okay, so you've automated your operations, you've gotten a ton of time back. That is a massive win, for sure. But to truly scale in a sustainable way, that new efficiency has to be part of something bigger. It needs to fuel a whole growth ecosystem.
And the key here is that real growth happens on 3 fronts at the same time. The first pillar is everything we've been talking about, the AI-first operations. That's your engine. But an engine needs fuel, right? That's the second pillar, getting access to the right kind of capital and investors. And finally, you need a great driver. That's the third pillar, your own inner mastery and leadership skills to handle all that speed and growth without just burning out. It's the whole package, a complete ecosystem for you as a founder.
So we've covered the problem, the new mindset, the blueprint to fix it, and the incredible results. Now it's time to bring it all home and talk about your first step. And let me be clear, this isn't about buying some new tool. It's about making a decision.
You know, there's this great saying, founders who wait for everything to be perfect, they never launch. The ones who win are the ones who just start now, even if it's not perfect, and then they iterate and improve quickly. Momentum is absolutely everything. The biggest mistake you can make is just waiting. So, I want to leave you with this one question. Just think about it. If you had an extra 10, maybe even 20 hours back in your week, every single week, what would you build? With all that time freed up from the daily grind, what new product could you launch? What new market could you go after? What could you truly build?